This episode of Geek-men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds is brought to you by our sponsors, Super 7, Nerd Gear, SWA Sabers, and the Madness Entertainment Group. All right, welcome to another episode of It's Frickin' Figures. Sorry, I just took your line, zombie. But I'm Justin,
right.
and he's
I'm
zombie.
Yeah.
It's crazy, because it's Frickin' Figures, another Tuesday.
Yep.
So what's been going on, man?
Back. Oh, lots of stuff. Busy here. Holidays are no joke. It's balls to the wall, as they say. How about you, man?
Furious, man.
How was your week?
It was a week. The horrors persist, but so do I. You know, that kind of thing.
About a week back.
You know, so
sorry.
That is what it is. But anyway, did you get anything in the box?
I did. It's going to take me a while, so I'm gonna do my infamous move here and pull an Uno reverse card. And what you got in the box?
Okay, so I'll just talk about the figures that I got last week. Cruncher. And I have, of course, got the full wave. But as I was looking through, I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't have the super pack. So I was thinking, like, okay, normally they have a super pack, and I'm like, maybe it just got canceled or something. Maybe they just didn't have interest enough for the line or for this wave or whatever. You know, I thought anything could have gone wrong. So I was just like, okay, well. And then I noticed people were posting their wave online, and they had the Super 7 super pack in there, and I'm like, well, okay. So like, all right, hey Brian, remember last time you helped me out and blah blah blah, and I'm like, well, guess what, I don't have a Super 7 super pack. Was I supposed to get one, or did that not work out with the way? Because okay, last time Brian was really kind to me. I didn't have the money for the wave, and the money for the wave came in the day after it got in stock, or before the day after they removed it from being sold, right? So I emailed Brian. I was like, hey, is there any way you can hook me up? Because, you know, he's like, yeah, sure, I can make that happen. And so he got me straightened away. And so I was like, well, is it because of that, or was I ineligible for that? And he's like, no, you should have gotten one. And hey, how's it going, RPJ? And so yeah, I did get the wave. So, and he said he will get me the full wave, the Super 7 pack. So I'm opened Willa here. Really impressed with her articulation and things like that. And she does pretty much everything that I wanted her to do. But I don't have. This is Nadia. I'm sorry. I said Willa, I think. I don't know. This is Nadia. I don't have Willa. So that's one that I'm wanting to get, at some point. I just didn't have the funds for when the initial wave dropped with Willa.
So what comes in that super pack? What is that?
Exactly? 4 heads in this. So there's another expression for Cruncher, another expression for Safari Joe, which I'll get to that in a minute. And then Willa, who was actually sort of like, I guess, taken over by Mumra at some point. And so there's a little mini Mumra head for said Willow. Nadia. And
I knew what you meant.
I caught myself after the fact, but yeah, that's who I met. But anyway, so there's a little the alternate head for Nadia is that little teeny tiny Mum-Ra-esque head that popped up in one. I think it was essentially like 1 or 2 frames of the show. Still a fun scene to reenact or whatever if you want to do that for your collection and all that. So.
Super
hey,
7
Matt.
with their deep cuts.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, that was pretty much the entire purpose of so I said all that to say this: if they ever release the why can I not think tonight? If they ever release,
I can't help you. I don't know where you go.
The Tuska warrior, the Tuska warrior. If they don't include those evil eyes in a super pack for him, because he, Mum-Ra was basically faking being a Tuska warrior and got the 2 factions of the new Thunderians and the OG Thunderians to fight each other, and it was they were mad fighting and stuff. So if they don't include that, I'm expecting them to do that either in a super pack or what have you. So that's what I'm definitely expecting. However, Safari Joe, I'll get to him. Do you notice anything?
He's got his gun slung over his shoulder. I remember we were trying to figure out a good way to pose that.
Yeah. Well, they don't have any articulation. They don't have an ab crunch and this is pretty much all you can get with the swivel.
So hold him up a little bit. You're off camera. Hold him up. There you go.
This is all you can really get with that. And so I figured I'd just sling his rifle over his shoulder until I managed to figure out some way as I'm fiddling with him. But so that was a little disappointing. That's my only...
So what you're saying is he won't be doing the Macarena anytime soon.
Right. But they did include an ab crunch on Mule.
Huh.
His little droid or robot companion, whatever you want to call it. So
interesting.
Yeah. Which okay, so here's the thing for me. I would have rather had this guy have the ab crunch and this guy just be like a straight up, like essentially a statue. You can still have the chest pop out like this one does, but it just feels a little, I don't know, wonky. But
he's a little stiff.
Yeah. He really does feel very stiff, and trying to have him hold his rifle is so abysmal. It is very difficult to really get him to hold it in any kind of form or fashion. This is pretty much the best you can get. As I pop off his hand. Gotta turn his arm around here. Like this. So, yeah, that's pretty much how you have to have him hold the rifle. But
yeah, that ain't right.
It's just like, yeah, no, he would definitely lose control of that rifle if he tried to fire it. But so that's just my small complaint, again, I'm not, any kind of official reviewer or anything like that. That's just my tiny little complaint about it. But yeah, otherwise, Cruncher is definitely an all-star in my opinion. And boy, he's definitely stand out of the line. Oh, he's just so massive. I love it. But anyway,
that's what she said.
I know, right? But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. It seems to me like I remembered Safari Joe like flipping and crawling around, and he was crawling down on all fours and had his rifle and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, there's no way I can get this dude to pose anything similar to that. But that could be my memory misremembering. I watched it maybe less than a year ago, all the way through. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't have an eidetic memory that I can go back and recall frame for frame anymore. So,
well, that kind of goes back to one of the interviews that we did with Brian, where he, was talking about the Chitara figure, about how people were saying you can't get her in a running pose like in the cartoon, and he, there's just some things that isn't possible with a 3-dimensional figure with the articulation scheme that they use and everything. So, I mean, I could see both sides of the argument. I mean, I don't make toys. I'm not in the industry. I don't make those decisions. I just have fun with what I like. So.
Exactly. It's one of those things like beggars can't be choosers, but again, that's just
you have a Safari Joe at least.
I know. I do.
He exists.
I do. It feels very much more like the classic Safari Joe. Okay, hang on. I was charged today by Big Bad Toy Store for the wave minus the girl guys. Safari Joe articulation is like Captain Shiner. I don't have Captain Shiner. But from what I understand, Captain Shiner has his arms crossed that you can at least either remove his arms and plug in his arms crossed, or something along those lines. I remember seeing that, but again, I don't have Captain Shiner. But I was just looking, and again, it feels like, okay, this is on me, because in the promotional shot for the wave, he is standing just like this, all upright, very rigid, and things like that. And it's like, okay, going back now, I can see how it was right there in front of me all along, but it was still in my mind that it was going to be similar to the articulation of other figures that have the ab crunch from years gone by, or at least a diaphragm, or like a whatever, a ball joint in the chest, like that. So
right.
That was kind of what threw me when I'm sitting here looking at this figure. I'm looking at it, I'm like, this doesn't look quite right. And then I realized, dawned on me, like, whoa, what the heck? It doesn't have an ab crunch or anything like that. He says, I don't have Shiner either, but it looks like his articulation is limited compared to the other 50 from this line. And yeah, I would have to say that I agree. He is very much like this, but he doesn't have this even. And I mean, Claudius, he was only in the show like a minute, and he mainly walked around with a cane. So, but it just seemed weird to me that, not Captain Shiner, but this guy Safari Joe does it again. I have to
This
say it
guy.
like that.
This guy.
This motherfucker right here.
This guy.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on. I mean, this is all the wiggle room you can get in this figure. So again, it's a little disappointed that
I mean, some days that's all the wiggle I can get too. I mean, just I ain't getting any younger.
it just felt like, wait a minute, his little droid guy Mule has more articulation than he does. It's just like, wait, what? But no, so again, that's just my only complaint, and that's just me being a complainer. Because I mean, again, I still have the figure. I could still reenact certain scenes if I so choose. I'll just come out right flat honest. Safari Joe is never my favorite character at all. And after going back, rewatching it, it was like annoying me as well, because I went back and watched it a year or so ago, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this dude, he's saying Cap Safari Joe does it again, and he just, the way he was so enthusiastic about it every single time he said it, and that won me over and like sort of endeared him to me just in the slightest bit, but it was only with that stupid freaking accent. Like, Safari Joe does it again. I'm so full of myself. And I'm just like, oh, man. I can't wait to throw you on that speeder bike with Mandor and throw you in jail.
I know a few people like that.
Right. You know, those few pompous SOBs that just don't know when to shut their freaking mouths.
Blow hard. Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, it is. Yeah, so again, Shiner is actually one that I have wanted to go back and get as well, but only because they introduced him in the comics already, and I was just like, okay, well, and they had a little preview like next month in whatever issue, Captain Shiner's Revenge or something like that. I'm like, oh. Okay, so he's more of a main character in this, whereas before he was just like a dude on a ship that showed up a couple times, and it's like, all right,
he's just a dude on a ship.
Yeah, right. I mean, he was sort of like the antagonist for part of one, and he was a good guy in another, and he was ultimately, sacrificed himself for the good of, the Thundercats and all that. But anyway. That's all besides the point. I just say I don't have that figure. And he says, I saw him a little more. Just see arms and legs articulation, if you please. Safari Joe is actually one of my favorite characters that I wanted. Yeah, well, sorry.
Whoops.
Sorry that he isn't quite what you'd expect, but... It was again.
He'll look good standing on your shelf.
Yeah,
and
that's what I am basically having him do. So he's just going to be one of the bad guys that stands there, because it's not like we have all of the accessories that he. I mean, because he had full on traps and things like that, and I mean, aside from the fire, so there was like these weird effects, like. Because Panthro, who knew, is afraid of bats. And so he had this elaborate trap that he trapped Panthro with this bat thing that was like psychedelic bat looking thing that he was just like, oh no, I know it's fake, but it's so real. That's what it was. But so, and then he trapped Chitara with fire and all those different things. And of course he, there's none of that really, other than this little flame effect. Yeah, that is what it is. But I'm not displeased with it. I will say he has fantastic boot swivel articulation. You can swivel his little boots around, but it, you know,
That right there puts you ahead of Hasbro product.
Hasbro, right? I don't mean to, like sound like I'm cracking back on these figures or anything like that. Um, it is, it is what it is. And if I had paid closer attention to the solicitation image, I might have caught that detail, but it just completely flew over my mind because I'm just like, oh, okay, cool, Safari Joe, we're finally getting him, and but yeah,
It was easy to do because sometimes, prototype images can differ from
exactly.
final product. And a lot of times you don't even see a prototype image. It's just a 3D render.
Yeah.
So that's going on today.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but it is, unfortunately, I have to call it like I see it. And yeah. But moving on, what did you get? Time has come.
Let me try to get this on screen here. So I did get a box.
Okay.
Big box.
Yeah.
All right. Let me put that down so I can dig into it. So I have to give a shout out and a thank you to hold on, my phone's going crazy. I don't know what that is yet. I just got a notification from FedEx. There's a package on the way. So I'm gonna have a future what's in the box, of course.
Yeah.
No, where was I? No, I've got to give a huge shout out and thank you to Brett Stoddard. He helped me out in
immeasurably, right?
Yes. I'm at a loss for words what's in this box. I mean it. Whew. Okay, let me get started here. I'll just call this my Legions Con haul.
Oh wow!
So there you go. There's a hint. The first thing in a fancy, nice package here. So this was my like only request from like the Armory experience they did this year.
Okay. Yeah.
So like this was the main part that I wanted. So I'm glad he was able to get that for me. Unfortunately, my other choices didn't really work out, except for I think like the armor bag here. It's got like a reddish leather color to it.
Okay.
On some of the pieces. Yeah, there you go. You can make it out there.
Yeah.
I haven't really I popped the box open and just kind of inspect a few things. I haven't like actually
dug in.
Yeah. So I didn't pop this guy together because originally I was planning on using his parts for other figures. So the main thing that I wanted was the black pants with the brown boots, and these are the boots. These are the style of the legendary barbarian. Sorry. With the boot swivel up top here, but then also we've got this new piece, these soft goods pants piece.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a new piece. That's we're about to see a lot more of that in the more recent Mythic Legions lines that are really about to hit. But that's kind of it's almost like a maroon color. It's not really like it looks darker in hand than what it does here on camera. So, but the black pants with the brown boots sold out really quick. I'm told. I'm not sure why that one was so popular and why it struck a chord with so many people at Legions Con, but everybody must have been gunning for that. And then I got like this reddish skull kind of head that came with the Jacob Marley figure.
Oh yeah.
He's got like purple effects that you plug into the eyes there.
Ooh,
So
yeah, okay.
So that was the first little goodie.
Well, let me interrupt you right there because
Yeah.
before you get off on this thing here, let me go back to this. I want to put up this comment. So RPJ says, actually, Transformers Ultimates, this is talking about Super 7, not Four Horsemen, so Super 7. Actually, Transformers Ultimates Megatron G2 shows in the promotional pictures his barrel gun attached to his shoulder, but are not able to actually do it because the attachment is too small.
Mm.
So I guess that is wild. That's really wild. So basically, it could have been, clearly they didn't have something in place for the ab crunch. So it's not entirely plausible that I could have been like, oh, okay, well, I'm assuming he'll have an ab crunch. Well, you would assume that you would be able to do this, but in reality, you weren't. Just like this. In reality, you would assume he would have an ab crunch just like the rest of the line and the rest of the however many figures that make up this line, but in this, he doesn't. I think that's because they gave the ab crunch to Mule, his little droid. So that makes sense. But
that attachment thing, that could be the difference also between seeing something in a 3D render promotional image as opposed to a physical prototype image.
mm-hmm.
It just could be something that got lost in translation, and when the factory made it, it just slipped through the cracks, whenever because typically factories are supposed to send over samples. Those are your test shots, your first factory plastic test shots are usually supposed to be inspected and make sure everything works the way it should, the way it looks the way it should, and then the creators, they send their notes going, yeah, this wasn't quite right, this needs to be adjusted, this needs to be reworked or what have you. And then the same thing goes with paint samples. They'll send paint samples from the factories over to be inspected, and it's a lot of back and forth, but sometimes it just slips through the cracks, like the little miscommunication with the G.I. Joe figures. From the difference between wave 1 was the molded skin colored plastic, and then wave 2, somehow all of the skin tones ended up painted, so they didn't match, and there was some there was an uproar in the community about it. And Brian was like, it just got lost in translation, and when it was caught, it was too late to go back and do anything about. So these things happen. Toys aren't perfect. I that's part of the reason why I stopped buying Hasbro, the same characters over and over and over, and then something about it just wasn't right. Like the previous figure would have like the boot swivel, the boot cuff somewhere, and then the newest one that's pinless or whatever, something was changed. Now there's no boot swivel, there's no boot cuff. It looks great, but then it's limited on posing because that piece of articulation is missing, and it's happening over and over again, and it was just too much. Like they will never release a perfect version of any character, not even in the Maximum series, because there's problems with that wave. They're starting to resurface with hey, people are saying the Hulk, his torso's cracking and it's peeling, and of course it is, because it's made out of that soft crap. Don't do that, but that's how, they just keep pumping out. And they will never give you the perfect version of your character, and that's where customizers like me come in, because we can take these parts from this figure and those parts from that figure and combine them. It sucks because you have to pay for those figures to do that with, and then pay for somebody to do it, and before you know it, you're $200, $300, $400, $600 in on one figure, and you shouldn't have to do that. But
Yeah.
they know if they make that perfect version, like you're not going to buy another one of that character. That's why they do it. That's it's you know it's to quote character from Lethal Weapon. That's how they fuck you. They
Yeah.
fuck you with this figure, and they fuck you with that figure.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
tangent.
Yeah. Let's get back to your box.
Yep. All right. Next up is Thoth, however you say it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So this is the surprise Figura Obscura drop that they did.
Yeah.
They kind of caught everybody off guard because this one was like, wait a minute, why this is Figura Obscura? Like you didn't like give us a chance with this one to get in on the order or whatever. Nope, it's just table drop. Here you go.
Yeah. That's wild.
So that was kind of cool, and it kind of goes with, you never know what to expect.
Yeah.
From Figura Obscura. So this is their third character in the Gods of Ancient Egypt series, sub-series that they've done. The first two were Anubis and Bastet.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about them on the show before.
Yeah.
And of course, he comes with all kinds of, just a ton of stuff too. And those new feet. I was trying to get them in there. Those new bird-like feet. I'm sure we'll see those again.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to see those in Mythic, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no. I haven't opened any of these, so they're still in their boxes. But all of the pictures, like loose in hand type of stuff, is on sourcehorseman.com. Not going to worry about trying to bring all that up or whatever. I'm just going to kind of go through them here. Let's see. Who else is right here on top? Oh, really excited about this.
Oh, nice. You got one. That's so awesome.
So I got Koi. Yep.
That's cool.
He's really neat because these pieces, some of his, like, all the pieces that have the fins and the webbing and everything are like, they're translucent.
Oh,
and
wow,
he's got
really?
this kind of pearlescent kind of paint going on.
That is cool. And that's something you didn't really translate in the images not too well anyway.
Yeah, it's interesting. I dig it.
Yeah.
This is the one character that I kind of predicted on the show before Legion's Con, because I was saying, they're going to do something with these scaly parts that we first saw in Cosmic Legions. So he was the mythic.
He was the scaly parts.
Surprise table drop.
Yeah.
So glad to get that one. And of course, I'll bring him back up, after I'll smash Fish Boy. He's got to catch him first.
Yeah, right.
As the weeks go on and I actually open these, I'll have more images or whatever.
Oh boy, that's freaking awesome.
These were this was this part of the set of how do they say it? Like the show debut figures for Legion's Con, I guess, because you can't really say exclusive. So there are exclusive pieces in here that will not be available with the common release. I don't know how the standard release or whatever. Once they do put these up early, sometime 2026. This is the Warrior and the Revenant. There's enough pieces in here to make like 3 or 4 guys. So a lot of people were getting confused by these. They were showing 2 different builds. Yeah. And they were going, okay, what is it? Is it like a 2-pack? And no, everything is in the one box. So it's got that great like zombie head in there.
Yeah. I love it.
There we go. And that's kind of the same colors. No, where is he at? There. That's kind of the same colors as
Scaphoid, right?
Scaphoid. Yeah. So they did a little color matching there. And then, of course, I got the
Oh, nice.
female, the nymph, and the chirel. So again, there's some exclusive pieces in here that were only available at Legion's Con. But those are just fun little add-ons that they give as an incentive for people that are at the show. And once again, I wasn't able to go, but Brett
Right.
Stoddard was able to pick up a bunch of this stuff for me.
Nice.
So yeah, got that cool artwork by David Williams on the side there. And you'll be able to tell the difference easily because they've got like the Legion's Con date on the show versions. That won't be there on the standard version. That date right there. So other than, a couple of the pieces in here that, unless you're not really paying attention, it's easy to tell them apart. And then, of course, Sir Valgard,
nice.
version 2.
That's freaking awesome.
So Legacies line. So yeah, and this was the one that I kind of called. On the predictions of what we were going to see in Legacies. Like I knew they were going to do this guy eventually, and as soon as I saw like the faction symbol of the teaser, I'm like, oh, I bet it's going to be a second version of Sir Valgard, only because his original version was the Kickstarter exclusive way back in the very first Mythic Legions Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So really cool. Yeah. He's a definitely a fun looking build here. And there's a lot of like mix of old and new.
Yeah.
Like, there's new dwarf body parts coming out. He is a dwarf character, by the way.
Yeah.
To those watching, there are new dwarf body parts coming, but they weren't available for the production of this particular figure. So it's kind of a mix of some of the newer parts with those older dwarf parts, but they're still great. Like I don't know. There's something about some of that old armor. It's classic, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I love it though. All right. Last but not least, I mentioned him earlier. Scaphoid. So
that is definitely one that I would want if I was able to pick it up. Oh, dude, I would so be all over that.
Yeah, and he's again like the other figures, the Sir Valgard and Scaphoid will have pieces from the show versions that will not be available in the standard versions. Like with his is easy. Like it's not going to have that tuberculi head or the wings. And there might be like another couple of little things that aren't going to be there, but those are the big things on him that won't be in there. But those zombie heads from the other two figures will totally work on this guy. If you happen to get more than one of him, whenever they do these releases in the store, you can make like an army of this guy.
Yeah. Is it Walter that has an army of that guy?
No.
He's just the regular skeleton guy, isn't it?
Yeah. He's got his is Malleus.
Yes.
But yeah, this one's got those runes that are carved into the head.
Yeah. The runes and the robes were like blew me away. I'm like, oh man, this figure, it's something, man.
Those are soft goods. So yeah, this is leaps and bounds like a better version of this character as opposed to the original release, because the original one they were just reusing parts and he was kind of like in one of those halfway waves in between like major releases. They were just kind of, back then it was like the Wild West. They were just slinging paint on stuff to see what looked good and what resonated with people or whatever. And this one stuck. Like this character, like I think it's Jonathan. I don't know how to say his last name. Hughes. I'm not sure. He's the one that I know that has like a ton of scaphoid like stuff. Like he's done a bunch of custom stuff. But yeah, no, like that head. That'll work on that scaphoid figure. But yeah, so that's my what's in the box this week.
Awesome.
Normally I would like spread it out, like, yeah, I'll do a couple this week and a couple. But you know, I told Brett, I'm not sure if he's watching tonight. I don't see him in the comments or anything, but you know, I told him I'm gonna talk about you on the show and I'm gonna show the shit that you got me. So I sent him the link. So yeah, thanks again, Brett.
Awesome.
I'm going to be in his debt for the rest of the year working this off. All right, let me pack all that back up. There we go.
E.L. Tidy? Hi, how's it going?
I wonder if that's him.
I know, right? Oh, he says,
yeah, it is. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, no, thank you. I couldn't have done it without you.
Heck yeah, man. It's one of those things that's like definitely desperately want to go to Legion's Con at some point in my life, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon.
We'll get there one day.
No, right? You know. So anyway, that's awesome. I'm glad you got the goods, even though you didn't get to go. I wish you could have gone.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway.
All right. You got anything else before we move on to news and what's coming out and all that kind of good stuff?
I will say I watched another interview with Brian. This is back on Super 7. And he was able to confirm that the cape on King Lion-O is in fact soft goods. So that is the one pertinent information that I felt that needed to be brought up, because I know last week when we were on here, we weren't sure. We thought it might be plastic because it kind of looked plastic, but turns out, no, it's soft goods. So.
Well, we could have been looking at was 3D renders too.
Right.
So, I mean, that's kind of important, you know. I don't know. I've gotten to the point where I've gotten really good at spotting like 3D imaging. I guess because of all the AI stuff, it keeps just coming at us out of nowhere or whatever. So some of it's pretty good though. Some of it you can't tell. Is that a picture of the product or is that 3D render? What am I looking at? So some of it's getting pretty good, but I don't know. I can still tell.
Yeah. Especially when they have a picture of a character and it's moving all on. It's like, wait, that's not how a figure moves.
No.
Stop doing that kind of AI crap. It's garbage. I can't stand when people do that. No. I saw that one of our favorite and most talked about figures were doing that, and it's like, dudes, don't do that, man. It looks like garbage. Your figures, on the other hand, don't. So you're doing a disservice to your own product, in my opinion.
I see that kind of stuff. I just really kind of just scroll past it. Like I don't even want to. No, don't like fuck up my algorithm. Come on.
Yeah, for that 1.5 second that's on there, it still does.
Yeah, now that's all I'm gonna see. Like, no, thank you. No, thank you. Okay,
you ready for me to pull this up?
Yeah, go ahead. So this is something I don't think like a lot of people out there might even know about. So Rocket Knight Adventures was a video game for the Sega Genesis. This was back in the days where Sega was really trying to find a foothold in the market with characters that would be like iconic and relatable to the brand, like how Mario is for Nintendo.
Yeah.
So it was so Sonic was gaining traction, but they
Yeah.
also had other characters. And I knew this was going to happen to me. I forgot what this character's name is. Damn it. And I actually liked the game. Like, it was a super fun game. So he's an opossum, if you can't tell
Okay.
from, you know. But anyway, these are figures that are coming out. I guess it's a pre-order. I'm not really sure how this is going to work, to be honest with you. Like, I messaged the guy because, like, I know the guy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the guy that knows the guy. All right. No, so I'm trying to ask him about questions, and he's like tight-lipped about it. I'm like, dude, really? I mean, come on. I'm just trying to gather information to help promote. So, like, whatever. I don't know. It says pre-orders launch on December 1st. Available only on the Konami store at oksgear.com. So if you go to that website December 1st, you'll be able to pre-order. It's really confusing, and this is why I was trying to get more information out of him. This is put out by Premium DNA Toys.
Okay.
Which kind of has a little bit of a sketchy past, but I do have it on good authority that these are being made. They're, I guess, almost done. He was very, like, wording around everything very carefully. So, but these are supposed to arrive in the States mid-December this year.
Okay.
So the pre-order goes up December 1st, and it's going to be like a quick turnaround from what I was being told, what little I was being told. So anyway, he comes with all of this good stuff. There's two versions. This is the metallic version, and I'm gonna scroll over. So that's kind of gives you a better look at the figure itself.
Okay.
So he is articulated. So it's kind of like Knights meet the Rocketeer, but with animals, sort of thing. It's like a medieval setting, the video game, and the rocket pack. You can charge it up, and it gives him a speed boost, and there's a couple of different flying stages, and I don't know. It was fun to me. I loved it. I beat the hell out of that game. But yeah, no. So there's a like a cell shaded version, which is what we're looking at here.
Okay.
And then you get a better close up look to it. At first, I was all about the cell shading, but then the metallic one kind of grew on me a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think if I was to get one, I would probably go for the metallic one.
It's actually impressive that his head can turn all the way vertical like that.
Yeah, and that's true to like the imagery of the game and everything. So, unfortunately, I don't know of any legal way to play this game unless you have the actual physical cartridge and a working Sega Genesis. This is one that I wish they would put in the I don't know what you call it on the Switch. They have those like sections where you can have the different video game systems with some of those games that you could play on it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I wish this would be one of them because I loved it. I remembered it. It was fun. I wish I could play it again. I don't know. It's a shame that this character did not gain more popularity than it did, because I've talked to several people about, conversations would come up about, what was some of the games you used to like for this system or that? And I'd say Rocket Knight Adventures, and they'd go, what? Like, you've never heard of that? Really? Come on.
I've never heard of it, so
yeah, no, and that's That's why I'm, talking about it now, trying
But
to
you know,
help spread the word. But
the thing that I remember from Sega, a Sega thing, was Booger Man.
oh,
And I remember playing that with my cousins, and he fling boogers at people and like fart on people, and that was his two main weapons of things. And it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I've never heard of anyone else that has knows what I'm talking about when I say Booger Man. You're
how
just like, what?
about how about Decap Attack?
No, I have no idea who that
Never
is.
heard of that one either. Yeah,
No.
that one was another one. Like, I loved that game. It was so stupid. And when I saw it, because I got it for Christmas, I'm going, what the hell is this thing? There's like a mummy, and he doesn't have a head, but he's got eyeballs in his chest. And you
Oh,
you run around, and you can get these like temporary heads, but you can also throw them and use them as like super powered up attack things or whatever. And
okay.
it was all like, that creepy monster kind of weird shit that I'm into now. So I think like that game might have planted that seed.
Yeah,
But
imprinted on you.
yeah, but I lent it to my cousin one time.
Oh
And
no.
when I got it back, like it didn't work anymore. And then she was like, oh, well, it was like that when you gave it to me to borrow. It just didn't work anymore. I'm like, bullshit. It worked when I was playing it. Never worked again. I was so
Was it the
freaking
same
angry.
cousin that sat on your dude?
No, but it was her sister.
Oh, jeez.
Let's clarify. Let's back up a minute, okay? What Dustin's referring to is the cousin that sat on my original Voltron figure, okay?
Yes. Okay. Sorry.
Because you
I did.
said something
I
else.
said your
Uh,
dude. Yeah. I didn't mean
this,
to imply that. That
yeah,
was not
like
meant.
we ain't from Alabama, all right? uh, anyway,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
no, that made me pick up the policy of never lending out electronic stuff to anybody.
Yeah.
Like after that, I was done. I'm like, nope, somebody's asking to borrow something. Nope, not borrowing it. You can come over, play it, or use it, or whatever. You ain't borrowing it.
Yeah.
Because I get it back, and then it don't work if I get it back at all. So yeah, look up Rocket Knight Adventures. If you want to hear some of the music from the video game, that's on YouTube. So you can look up Rocket Knight Adventures, uh,
Hmm.
game music, OST, or whatever, and it's pretty fun. There's some fun little things in it, and just everything about this game to me was just fun. Like it hit
Yeah.
all the right chords. The gameplay was fun, the levels were fun, the characters were fun. It was fun all around.
That's awesome.
All right, moving on. So, update for the Rage Toys Turtles. So, this one's causing quite the confusion on social medias because people are going, okay, so these are the turtles that are not the Ninja Turtles, but they're labeled as like spring, summer. Was fall, autumn? It was autumn,
Hmm.
and they're smaller scale, and they're dressed as samurai, but they do come with parts that you can use to make them look like Ninja Turtles if you want to.
Okay.
So this is
Isn't it
obviously
like a
this
girl though?
yes, this is a female version of the turtle figures that excuse me that company has made. So this one is violet, and people are going, okay, well you're saying violet and crimson. So the pre-order for these is this Friday, November 28th.
Eighth.
I was going to
Yeah.
say that backwards. I'm sorry. And again, uh, I'm stumbling over my words here. No, so the confusion is the first post that and this is from 5K Toys. The first post they're showing this and they're going, okay, crimson, violet and crimson, uh, and people are going, okay, well, it just looks like the same figure to me. What's going on? What's so they didn't show both of them. All right. So this is Violet, obviously, because of
Mm-hmm.
the purplish kind of color on her.
Yeah.
Um, People were, just up in arms about it, going, you're giving us this instead of finally giving us the Raphael. Where's Raphael? Where's the spring re-release? And they never said they were going to re-release that first one, Spring, which was the equivalent of Leonardo. They never said they would. But
Yeah.
people are going, I'm done with this. You're not making sense. There's better stuff out there. And then there's other people going, oh, I love it. I want more. Keep going. Keep going. And they were just showing variations of Violet here. You know, they do get kind of caught up in, the language barrier. So
Yeah.
there's meaning and things lost between the languages here. So English is definitely not their first language. They're trying their best. And no company likes to show you everything all at once. They like to dole out a little bit here and there. And that's what they were doing here. They were going, hey, for those interested, here's Violet. They just have Violet and Crimson on there. I wouldn't have done that. I would have advised them just put Violet. Don't mention Crimson yet, okay? So there's a lot of pictures of her. And it's just showing you the variations of all the accessories that she comes with. These are pre-production shots. It's kind of showing you what the figure can do. And it looks fantastic,
Yeah.
Uh, these two characters, I think, were kind of loosely based off of things from the IDW series, the Ninja Turtles, because they introduced a whole, there's not just 4 turtles anymore. There's like a whole bunch of them,
Yeah.
and like a whole bunch of other mutants.
Yeah.
And then, finally, I think, was it today or yesterday? I think it might have been yesterday. They revealed this is Crimson. Okay. So notice the word change on how the names are. Crimson is moved to the front, whereas with the other pictures, Violet was on the front. So why they went with Crimson, I have no idea, because she's obviously yellow and gold and stuff. I don't get the naming. I don't understand that. There's probably some hidden meaning to it. But as far as I can tell, yes, it's the same body.
Mm-hmm.
One may be slightly taller than the other, though. So they may have taken, that same, the same model and shrunk it down just a little bit, because there is a scale between the figures in this line. They're not all the same height. They just haven't shown them side by side standing straight up yet. We just get a bunch of these action poses. Why won't it go to the next picture? There we go. There is a slight difference in the armor. Mainly like those overlay pieces, like the waist piece, and definitely the weapons. A couple of the headgear is different.
Yeah.
And the most obvious is the different colors, the different paint jobs.
Honestly, she looks a lot like Jenica.
Yes.
She was a member of the Foot Clan, and then, Leonardo saved her by giving her his blood, and
she was human.
She
was human.
Human.
Yes. And then she mutated into the turtle because of Leonardo's
saving her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she became a 5th member of their team. But since then, they've done several others. And I think they've even brought back Venus into the mix, too.
And I think that's who Violet is supposed to be in this series.
Yeah, either that or there's another one, Lita, maybe. Yeah, I think her name's Lita.
Maybe. Isn't that one like an albino though?
That I don't know.
I know they introduced an albino one, and she's like a time traveler or something.
Yeah, let's
But
see.
I haven't read those in a few years, so my memory's fuzzy on it. And then I didn't get to finish, continue on with the series or whatever.
Yeah.
But so even with
Yeah,
this,
she is an albino mutant turtle.
yeah,
So
yeah. So even with as fantastic as these look, people were still up in arms. They go, I can't believe you're giving us these turtles before you finish the Four Brothers and all that kind of mess.
mm, I get
You
it.
know,
Yeah.
I mean, they look great.
Yeah, they do.
I don't have any complaints with these. They look fantastic to me.
Yeah.
She even comes with bow and some arrows.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I guess because of all that heat, 5K went ahead and they're like, all right, okay, we'll give you what you want, people. Just hold tight. Little cheek action going on in that shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, these are just. I wish I would have gotten in on them from the beginning because
Yeah.
these would just look great all together, to build that
Mm-hmm.
team. But I
Yeah.
missed Leonardo, so with all that heat and all that crap that 5K was taking, they're like, okay, fine. Here's the fourth brother.
Coming next spring. Okay.
So next spring, yeah. So I'm guessing what they mean by that is the pre-order will open up for
Yeah.
next spring. So I believe this one is going to be titled Winter.
Okay.
But I mean, obviously, it's going to be Raphael,
Are,
and we
are we
knew
sure?
we knew
That
he
says
was
the
going to be
general.
right. They give him different names and everything like that. So far, all of the turtles have been seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was spring, and then I think autumn was Donatello. Uh, who is Michelangelo? Summer? I don't
Summer,
remember.
maybe. Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't know. Anyway, he's coming. So get your panties in the twist, people. I mean, geez, really. And these were just kind of screen grabs that I took because they shared it in a story reel on Instagram instead of an actual post.
Yeah.
So forgive the slight blurriness, but he's definitely like thicker than the other turtles, which I don't have a
Huh.
problem with that.
Okay. All right. Finally, you see a sigh on him.
Yep, yep, he will come with them.
I don't know. It's pretty wild.
But yeah, no, there you go. He's coming. Just be patient, people. These things take
Hmm.
time.
Yeah.
So he's not up for pre-order yet, and neither are the girl turtles.
Females.
You
Yeah.
know, they will go up for pre-order. Let me just go back to my first picture of her with the date on it. So again, the two female turtles at 5ktoys.com will go up for pre-order this Friday, November 28th. Usually, if so, for those not familiar with 5K Toys, they require a small deposit up front. And although it says non-refundable, there has been instances where things just sort of happen. Stuff gets canceled, or maybe you've lost interest or something. There have been cases where they have refunded the deposit on something. But like I don't think they will if the figure gets released and then they're emailing you about this remainder of they call it the second payment.
Yeah.
uh they probably will just cancel the order and go, okay, well, tough luck, or
Yeah,
or
that was
whatever.
non-refundable for a beginning
Yeah,
for the reason.
you waited until it was released, and now you're saying you don't want it. That's kind of
Yeah.
But there are situations where I know one of the companies that are making the unlicensed Dragon Ball stuff. Like they were gonna make a Cell figure, and he was gonna have like a bunch of different accessories and a couple color variations and everything. And man, there was some hate going on for that for some reason. Like people were just tearing it apart, and the company was just like, "Okay, fine, we're not gonna make it then. Whatever, it's canceled. We're moving on."
Yeah.
And they just flat out canceled. And then 5K is going, oh shit, okay, well, let's make a public announcement about this. And they came forward and said, anybody that pre-ordered this, you'll get your deposit back. So
But didn't they say that it is gonna be in store credit type thing?
There are situations where they will do a store credit.
Yes, I think it's something about if you no longer have that card or access to that card, or we'll issue it in store credit. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So it's kind of a situational thing. It's based off of like what the what the circumstances are, I think.
Yeah, which is a big headache for them because I mean,
oh yeah,
Lord knows they don't want to deal with
nightmare. And it's not their fault. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. Okay, so 5K Toys is a website that is a store like Big Bad Toy Store is. Like Big Bad Toy Store doesn't make the toys.
Right.
They're just the outlet for it. So when they post stuff like this, people, I see it all the time on their Instagram channel. People are telling them, well, this is ridiculous. Why can't you just make this? Or why is it taking you so long to make this? Why hasn't this been released yet? What are you doing? And it's not 5K Toys.
Right.
They're not involved with that process.
Right.
These companies like Rage Toys come to them to carry their product. 5K is just the store. It's like Walmart. Okay, Walmart might be a bad example. I was going to say Walmart doesn't make the stuff, but Walmart's got their hands in every fucking thing. Like your regular, say your mom and pop shop. They're not the ones that manufacture the items that you buy in their store.
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand that, I think. Like I don't understand how that hang up happens with them, but like, what are you, stupid? But anyway, yeah, that's really all I had to share for tonight.
All right. No, that was fun, and I mean, a lot of information still. So
yeah, a
lot to digest.
We do try to spotlight those lesser known things, and the independent creators out there, and all that good stuff. Try to expose them to get more attention to what they do and all those things.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But alas, that's why we don't talk too much about Hasbro, because I mean, good grief, they have releases all the time, but you don't see us talking about them all the time.
They don't need the help. They don't.
We
need
might
us.
reference them, but usually it's just like comparison.
I mean, hey, I've got Hasbro stuff on the shelf, but I've almost completely stopped buying them. Either because you're not available in my area, I can't find the stuff, or your figures aren't what they used to be. So why am I going to waste my money on that? The last 2 Star Wars figures that I've bought, the same thing with the boot cuff. There's no articulation below the knee, between the knee and the ankle, like a rocker for the ankle or whatever. So like they fall over. I can't balance them right or whatever. So it's like, okay, fine. You might look good, but I can't. Like I just can't do it.
Yeah, especially when it comes to like Oh wait, now you want me to buy a figure stand for every single one of my figures? No thanks.
I mean,
So I
there's
mean,
stuff coming
yeah.
out from Legions and everything that I got to come up with money for. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
no Hasbro. Like no,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
There's someone that I want to try to get on the show. Um, but I'll save that for another day. But I'll just say it has to do with Thundercats, and I had mentioned to Zombie that it's like, yeah, this might be my dragon, so to speak, because we all know that Zombie was big into the dragon that was released just well, not released,
Promoted.
promoted just recently.
Promoted.
So
Yeah, Beathir from Mythic Legions.
yeah, so
Which, by the way, I officially own more of him than the Horsemen do now. So as far as payments go, like
yeah,
it's a fucking mortgage on a house or whatever.
yeah, yeah,
Like you've paid more into your house now than what the bank still holds. That's
yeah,
where I'm at right now with Beathir. Like I just made that payment, like yeah, this month where it's like, okay, I'm over the hill now. I just
yeah,
gotta keep going.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's one of those things. So we'll
Oh,
see.
I've got a calendar, dude. I've got everything like marked down on what day this comes out and that comes out, and like that payment and this pay, like this is the bills and this is the mortgage and this is the dragon and this is. I've got it marked clear through the end of next year. So as long as I stick to it, I'm good.
Okay, hang on. Let's see. RPJ says, "What do you know about the figure that is a crossover between Skeletor and Darth Vader? Are you talking about
Oh, the brutal realm
the Brutal
guys. Yeah,
Realm guy?
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
So those, I believe, those have not gone into production yet.
yeah,
Not those characters anyway. I think they're doing more of the builder type characters. Those are gonna be produced first,
hmm,
and then they're gonna work on those more deluxe type characters. We still haven't seen a prototype for the what did they call that guy anyway? The look-alike Lion-O. I don't remember. Let me go.
uh,
I'm gonna hop over to Kickstarter. Hang on. Kickstarter.com. We'll solve this
Lion
right.
Lord is Lion-O, and then General Grimskull is the Darth Vader Skeletor looking guy.
Right. Let's see. Share this tab instead. Look up Brutal Realm. There we go. So that's their Kickstarter homepage,
Hmm.
which you can still get in on, by the way. Like, I logged back in and tried to change my pledge, and I can't change my pledge because I was going to change it to a different character. Because, looking at it over time, it's like, oh man, I regret my pledge. Not that I regret pledging, I want a different character now. So,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna keep my pledge as is because I want to support these guys. So I'll still get that first figure, but they have not opened the backer kit yet. You can
wow.
still go in, log into Kickstarter, and you can still back this project and get any of these characters. They're all unlocked. They're all available. When you go to Kickstarter, you just this little back this project right there.
Hmm.
You can click on that, and you can pick whatever character that you want to back, and you'll get it directly from them.
Yeah,
So the one that he's specifically asking for, I'm just going to scroll through real quick because there's a ton of stuff.
yeah,
You go to Kickstarter.com and search Brutal Realm, and
hmm,
you'll pull up these guys. It's easy to find.
yeah.
So the Skeletor Darth Vader looking guy, man, he's down there. So they've got a
Yeah.
ton of stuff.
No,
Like,
there,
okay,
there you
this
go.
is him. Yeah. So this is the guy that we're being asked about here. and there's like the concept art for him.
Mm-hmm.
There's the back, and I think he's still going to come with 2 capes. One will be wired soft goods, and the other will be just a plastic, like a standard non-flowing type of cape or something. Unless they've changed that, he might just come with the soft goods one. So, things could change.
Yeah.
They've been doing a lot of work on improving the base bodies to all of these guys. And there's his henchmen.
Yeah. Those
3
dudes.
different heads. So, and then the other one,
Lion Lord.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lion Lord. So that's the concept art for it. And I really did try to get them to talk about this guy when we had them on to interview.
Yeah.
They were like, nope, we can't. No, we're not talking about that. And I'm going, come on.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, no, we're not talking about those just yet. And we're like, but why? Well, because we're not sure if we're going to get funded. And we're like, you're gonna get
you're
funded.
Getting funded. Like, no question. This is getting made.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, undoubtedly cool.
Mm-hmm.
We're all about these. Anytime we can talk about these, we absolutely will.
Yeah.
We're hoping to get them back on sometime closer to when they have these particular ones to talk about. Because so these fall under, like, they called them something.
There's multiple realms. So this is the brutal realm, and then they were having what was it? Something else realm, like not a jackal realm.
Primal
realm. Yes.
Realm or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in addition to the Lion Lord, they're going to have, like builder type bodies, because they do have like head packs and that sort of stuff for some of these characters. But then they're also going to have a panther character. And this is just a concept kind of placeholder image. That's not, the final product, what he's going to look like. This is more closely to what it was going to come out looking like here.
Yeah.
You kind of get the idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's going to be a wolf. And then, of course, there's a Monkey King type ape guy. And then that was it. So they also share some updated images in some of the updates that they do. Let me see. Let me get this here. So here you can kind of see Grimskull right there in the middle, so you get a better idea about like his. Let me try to get him. There we go. Color scheme, in physical form, not just that concept art sort of thing.
He looks absolutely insanely cool.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They all do.
That's a must-have from this wave. I mean, they all look great, but I definitely have my favorites.
Yeah.
And this was, their update from Legion's Con. You kind of, sort of, now we talked a little bit about like their display type of stuff. You can kind of sort of see they've kind of fancied up. I don't think they had that big tree display, like playset base that they were talking about. I don't think they had that ready, because I don't ever remember seeing pictures of it or anything. But there's one of those test shots that I was mentioning earlier that factories will do and send over to the creators to kind of mess around and see, is there anything we need to change? Are we good to go? What's up?
This line is dangerous.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then here's an update on some of the progress made on the owl type of character, Owl King.
So RPJ's saying, I've been trying for years to make a rigger mask anime version in 6-inch scale, but I can't find the right head to match the anime character guys. Are you familiar with that one? I'm not familiar with that. Tiger Mask.
Tiger Mask.
I do remember him
Tiger
talking about that
Mask
before.
from what? What is he talking about? Thundercats?
Mm.
What
What's
what
the what's
anime?
the what's the anime that comes from? I'm not familiar offhand.
I need more information. I'm not sure. Tiger Mask. I'm trying to think, but I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, maybe it's just a. It's called Tiger Mask.
Yeah, I haven't watched that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a manga series. It's just called Tiger Mask, and it has a dude with basically like a tiger looking head, and he's got a cape, and then he's like muscle bound type, and yeah.
Hmm.
So I see what you're talking about. I get it now.
Well, I would
Oh,
definitely
there's an
suggest
anime
this
in the
wave.
70s.
I
Yeah.
would definitely suggest figures from this wave then, if he's, a big muscle guy with a tiger type mask or whatever, because that panther character is probably going to have heads that you'll be able to use, if not like a heads pack for it or whatever.
Hmm.
So, you'll be able to pop that head on and use that as your base. Because let me back up here. Let me get out of updates and go to where is there it is. Let me go back to the main campaign page. So the let me scroll down. So something like this is going to be akin to their builder type body,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a blank slate pretty much. And they have those. You can buy those, and they're a little cheaper than the ones with all the accessories.
Yeah.
These
So
guys,
I right now I would recommend using the that figure on the right or the left, whichever one preference that you see that matches. I mean, it's usually just like a white looking body, but that cape and stuff is what's gonna set it apart. That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
and so they're almost 7 inches. They're like 7 and 3/4.
Hmm.
$32 for the blank bodies. And the ones the other figures, like if you need more of the premium kind of accessories or whatever, those figures are 38.
Yeah.
So like for instance, let me scroll up. So this guy, he'd be $38.
Hmm.
Uh, so this one again, $38. Let's see. Is there a price difference on where is he at? I'm looking for Grimskull. They all might be 38. Yeah, it looks so. Grimskull, General Grimskull is 48. So he's a little bit more on the deluxe side. Um, but you got those like the primal uh, realm, brutal realm. Those are still going to be your 38.
Hmm. So RPJ says, I was thinking maybe using one of those jujitsu karate cats line, but I'm not sure about pricing to just get the head from those figures. Hmm.
Oh, yeah. I kind of sort of know what he's talking about. I'm not sure if that would even work on one of these because these guys are big. Like they're bulky. And that head might be a little too small to go on one of these bodies if you use one of these bodies.
Yeah.
Trying to get down to where I don't well maybe I know they said they were going to be heads packs. because they've got the blank bodies that you can get, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it in the reward. I know I'm going like super quick. I'm scrolling through. I don't remember.
Well,
It's here
you can always
somewhere on the
ask them about it.
page. It's on the page somewhere here on Kickstarter. But yeah, no. And then there's always, you know, the 3D printed route. You know, if you've
Yeah.
you find a good base body or whatever, there's, you know, a ton of people out there that are making all kinds of different 3D printed heads, and if you need help picking one or whatever, like I can show you like a few different ones from people that I just kind of keep my eye on. They've got, you know, different cat type heads. I mean, there's got to be one out there somewhere that'll work pretty good with it.
Yeah.
But as of now, I don't have a release date for these figures, but you can still get in on it. Like I said, just go here, click on back the project, and go through the steps, and you're pretty much guaranteed to get it. I don't think these guys are going to back out of it. They seem pretty serious about wanting to make it.
Yeah, for sure. It's exciting, but at the same time, terrifying for your wallet and, you know, all things like that. But, you know, it is what it is.
I know. I'm hoping that when they finally do the backer kit, it's at a time where I'm not like super broke, which is pretty typical. Like I know that's when the Horsemen are going to come out with something when I know I don't have any money.
Yeah, that is so definitely.
Like, damn it! There's I can sense it. Like, okay, I'm in the red.
My brokenness sense is tingling.
And
here Horseman's going to come out with something.
Here comes a damn figura obscura. And it's like, oh, you're killing me. I'm stuck in finance hell here.
Oh, well. But alas, that is all we have for you tonight. If you feel so inclined, let me actually do this. We will be having a show on Friday. We are going to be talking about Overlord and Primitive War. And Derry's going to be back for that episode. We'll be talking about it. And then Thursday, I know it's time for Thanksgiving and things like that, but we're still going to come out and watch that movie because I know my mom says she turns into a pumpkin if she's out past dark. So I know she's going to be done and gone and out. So I'll be free to watch the movie. But yeah. So he says, sounds good. Searched eBay for a head like that, but no luck. If you know from those 3D cast sellers. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Dustin, do you have his contact info? RPG?
I don't, but you're welcome to send me an email, and which is just mastersofthethundernerds@gmail.com.
We'll figure out a way. If you're on Messenger or whatever, like that would probably be the best, quickest way for me to share stuff with you. We'll find a way, and I'll look up those cat head sculpts for you. Yeah. We'll figure it out. Or if nothing else, screw it. I'll do it live one night. We'll just share it. So all of a sudden, this guy on eBay is getting like 1,000 sales, 100 sales, you know, in the next, you know, hour of the show. Is going, what the hell happened? You know?
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. That's when you deal with it. You had
somebody out there was talking about me because, like, my Instagram, I've got like over 100 new followers. Like, I'll log in multiple times during the day or whatever, and that little notification always pops up. It's like, good God, like, I'm not one to like keep an eye on my follower count, but I was looking at it, and I was at like 2,000, like maybe just a little bit over 2,000, just like a few days ago, and now I'm like 2,200 and something. It's going, good God, who out there is talking about me, and like, I don't know, I can't find them, so
Yeah.
thank you. I don't know, like, I don't know. I just that's where I post my customs and stuff and stupid funny stories like last Monday.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever.
But yeah, anyway, we are going to wrap up and get out of here. We got another show coming up at the top of the hour.
What? Hold on. Stop the press. We got another comment.
Oh,
What are you doing up? We were just
yeah,
talking about you. Like, have you
yeah,
turned into the Great Pumpkin yet?
yeah. I did. I just talked about you. I guess, you know, well, what is the expression? Speak of the devil and she'll appear or whatever. But I know you're not the devil. So, you know,
Well, it's not midnight yet, so Cinderella's still at the ball.
yeah, I guess so. But to be specific, I said dark. When it gets dark, she's inside. So she is inside. Oh,
This is
well,
a comment. We see
yeah, I
you,
know. I see you.
Pops.
I see it. But
What?
he says, have you ever considered Pez heads? Chewbacca's head would work. LOL. Which I took that as a joke. So that's why I didn't click on
Okay.
it.
Okay. Yeah, no. Yeah, I have seen people actually do that before. Yeah.
Yeah. She said, show up on Fridays. I stay up late. She does, specifically for our show.
You'll have to call up my workplace and tell them, like, hey, you need to give him Fridays off or
I
something.
know. Seriously, I would.
I'm trying. All right.
No, there are a ton of Peds heads you can work with. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't doubt
no,
it.
totally. It is an option.
Just, not necessarily for our level of customization that we're used to. Because,
Well, hey, now don't knock it. Like
I'm not. I'm just saying.
you can make a mold of some of those, and then because some of them are hollow, you'd have to
Yeah.
fill them with something or whatever. So if you make a mold of it, made a copy of it, now you've got a solid resin copy of that. So yeah, no, it can totally work.
But anyway, yeah. So we'll. Says exactly. You're right. Yeah.
Right.
We get you. We get you. But all right. So I don't want to turn this into a what is it? A new Midwestern goodbye. So we're just gonna say peace, love, and all that other good stuff. Have a merry, happy Thanksgiving, whatever the expression is. Happy, whatever. Happy holidays. No. Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, happy Thanksgiving. That's what I'm trying to say.
There you
go. My mind just went blank, and I'm like, what do you say for this type of occasion? It's just like
love, peace, and bacon grease.
Right there you go. Well, turkey grease. All right, so here we go. Like I said, Thunder Nerds ho.